the smoke-filled clouds of the 303, all the way down to the 505. This is the Bro Show with Rimoe, Grimmex, and Soul Douj. Yeah, the Bro Show.
What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Vicious, Rimoe Vinci, and we are back with another episode of the Bro Show, episode 26 of the Bro Show. And I'm back with you, as usual, with my fellow Bros, Grimmex and Soul Doja. Say what's up, my brothers?
What up? What up? I've been in Hollywood. I changed a little since I've been there. Just letting everybody know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we missed you last week, Doge.
I was hanging out with the stars. You know, I went to the Illuminati parties, and yeah,
Oh, shit.
very interesting time.
Oh, no.
That's why I gotta hide my face a little so they don't recognize me.
No, we thought the AI got you last week, so we were kind of nervous. We didn't want to say very much.
No, but the aliens did probe me.
I hope they use Vaseline.
No Vaseline.
What's up, Grim? How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good. Had to jump out of the Grimpool costume.
Grimpool.
Grimpool, I like it. Grimpool. That's good stuff. Well, like you're already almost alluded to, today is or this week, I should say, is our movie review episode. And Grim, why don't you let them know what's cracking?
So we're talking about the highest grossing rated R movie in history at the moment at $1.029 billion as of August 11th was the global record right here. Deadpool 3.
Deadpool 3. Is it called Deadpool Wolverine? Or is it called Deadpool 3? What is it called?
Yeah.
Deadpool Wolverine.
Both. So it says Deadpool Wolverine, but it has the slashes behind it on the Deadpool symbol, the 3.
I see. All right. You're kind of breaking up a little bit, Grim. I don't know what's up with your connection over there, my brother. Doge. You see him all right? Good?
Yeah, I'm good over here.
You didn't see Grim okay, though?
Grim got that Comcast internet.
What?
Comcast. What a hater.
And I seen their big old headquarters over there in Cali. Comcast and everybody over there.
Oh, yeah? Did they have, like, wind farms?
Dude, massive wind farms. Like you know that one outside of what is it, Springs or in Pueblo?
Yeah.
It was like that, but like probably at least 10 times the size, if not. They went up on the mountains and everything. It was massive. It was pretty wild.
Those things are tight, bro. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, no, he dropped it.
no, the cherry fell out. Nah.
Damn, see, already starting off hot. Damn.
Exactly.
Well.
The smile for the Flash. No, that's what Deadpool's gun says at the barrel. It says "smile for the Flash" right there where the bullet comes out.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, better that. I bought this shirt over there at the Universal Studios at the Hot Topic.
Hell yeah, that's dope.
Oh, I got this at Hot Topic.
Yeah, Hot Topic be the hot topic.
I got this as a birthday gift this year. You know, got a rep because it's about to be the season starter right now. You know what I'm saying? PS2, boom.
Oh no, that was a hot tank. I was gonna say I wore it.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying.
Whatever, Doge.
So getting into it.
Days.
Hey, you know why I like football season? Because I just like to talk mad shit.
Yeah, he sure does. Well, speaking of talking mad shit, let's go ahead and get right on into our review.
In
What's
the
up?
heart of, in the theme of the Deadpool movie, I think we need to make this episode TV mature. So every other word needs to be like fuck, motherfucker, bitch, something. You know what I'm
Just like
saying?
the hot tag.
Damn. Joe's trying to
So
get
the hot
every single show, every episode. Joe, or I'm sorry, Doge tries to get us canceled, man. This freaking guy. What were
Fuck.
you saying, Jim?
I said just like the hot tag. Seems like I freaking cuss like a sailor on that show.
Oh, on the other show.
Yeah.
I know we kind of get all into it, don't we? Well, today I'm sure it's not going to be very much different. We're going to get into it for sure. So I need to be honest with everybody. I did not get to see the movie yet. I had my opportunity. These guys sent me the link, and life comes up. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do my best. I try. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't get to watch it. So this is going to be a lot of spoilers for me and for any of you who might not have watched it either. But I'm sure these guys will let us know what's cracking with it. So go ahead, fellas. Let me
So
know.
first of all, because I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it, so I want to get this out there, okay? Because if anything outside of wrestling and the esoteric and occult, the other thing that I'm big on, and these guys will say it too, is comic books. I love comic books, so I'm have a comic. I'm basically like a comic book historian, at least up until about 10 years ago. And I kind of dropped off because, like Remo was saying, life happens. So Deadpool has a big thing for B. Arthur. It's evident even in the movie. He's wearing a shirt of B. Arthur in one scene where he's going after the guy with the pizza, or he's delivering the pizza, and it makes you think that he's there for someone else, but he ends up being there for the guy for being a stalker, right? He's wearing a B. Arthur shirt. In the first two movies, his swords were named B and Arthur, and they freaking even have it engraved on the hilts. In the new movie, now that this is the first movie Disney did, so it is Deadpool 3, but it's the first movie in the MCU. Okay, so this is the first movie Disney did, first rated R movie Disney did. And in this, it has DR and SB on the hilts. And what that stands for is the Golden Girls, because Deadpool, his hero is B. Arthur. You know anything about Deadpool in the comics and the movies, everything, his heroes B. Arthur. It's Dorothy, Rose, and Sophia and Blanche. That's what the freaking initials are on the sword. So I want to put that out there. Deep cut for those who don't know.
That's dope. I didn't know that. That's a cool little piece of trivia. I like the Golden Girls. I mean, I don't know very many people that don't like the Golden Girls. You know what I'm saying? So that's some cool shit.
Hey, you guys want to hear something funny? I don't know if I ever told. I know I didn't tell Grim, but I don't know if I told you, Remo. But so when my grandma died, her favorite was the Golden Girls. So Walmart sells these socks that have like different characters on them. They like come in like a 5-pack. They have like the Halloween ones, blah blah, different ones. Well, anyways, I bought the Golden Girl ones. So at the funeral, I bought lots of packs. So everybody that was part of the funeral, family and all that, all wore the socks for my grandma's funeral for her to tribute for the Golden Girls and all that too. So
I love
just
that, bro.
little piece of Golden Girl history.
Love that, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. That's a cool little
Oh
piece.
yeah.
You never told me that. I never heard that before.
Oh no, yeah,
No.
yeah. We got. I'll send you some pictures. I have pictures of us with all our socks and shit. Because they were like the long, like the long ones, like that go up to your knee.
Yeah.
You you
That's
know the
funny,
saying.
Lisa.
You do you know the saying, right? The
What's
higher the socks, the downer you are. Sa.
Lisa got those socks for her sister for her birthday one year because we did all Golden Girls. So we freaking had this whole setup in the house and everything of it, like all the banners, everything, little things, all Golden Girls. Um, but
That's awesome.
the beginning of this movie is fucking phenomenal. And you'll
Hey,
never look at NSYNC's Bye 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 the same after this fucking scene. And it actually has a lot of references to a lot of shit. So obviously this movie had a million fucking Easter eggs in it. And so the reason why they start off with this song basically is the song came out in the year 2000, okay? And in 2002, X2 had Cyclops and Wolverine and Pyro in the car when the song came on. So also shout out to a reference to the movie and this song. Now, spoiler alert, just because, and if you haven't seen the movie by now, you've been living under a rock because basically half of America was out watching this movie. I think it was last weekend based on the numbers or whatever. So just saying. And it's been about, what, 4 weeks since the movie's dropped. So at this point, it's, stuff about the movie's pretty well out there. Maximum effort. This movie starts off in a way that's so fucking badass that it starts off with him telling a story and how he's digging up Wolverine's corpse from Logan, and then they do this flashback scene. They go back to March of 2018. It's important because this is only a few months before the blip. If you watch Avengers Endgame.
Hey, didn't he do that like with the other movies too, like part 1 and 2, where like it starts off and then he flashes back to get to the point of where the movie's at?
Yeah, in the ash to ash, the ass
Yeah.
to ass. That's what him and the writer call it. Their ash to ass transition, mocking Requiem for a Dream's end scene. Okay, so it's their ass to ash transition. So the importance of this movie going back is it's right before the blip. Like I said, the blip happened sometime in May. So this takes place in March. So it's a few months before. So now Deadpool's being retconned to be in the MCU at this point. And he's in an office in an interview with Happy, but I almost called him his other name because it's funny that they use him in this scene because he's also Foggy from the Fox Daredevil with Ben Affleck. And so it's cool that they use this character in this scene. And some Easter eggs there is that, the Iron Man mask in the background, and right behind the Iron Man mask is a picture of Tony with another person. That person is Peter Parker. It's the same picture they show in one of the Avengers movies. And the reason why they couldn't show Peter Parker and he's covered up by the mask is because they had this strict deal with Sony. So they can only use Spider-Man in so many movies. And if you show his face in this scene in a picture, that's considered one of his appearances. So they had to cover up the photo. Oh shit, Douj.
Damn! There's an earthquake in THC.
What the? It's an earthquake over here. Fucking walls are falling down.
This toy Iron Man mask, though, is supposed to be representational of the first time Stark met Spider-Man, which was in Iron Man 2, which has now been by Kevin Feige retconned. And he had said that that was in fact a truth because it was a rumor. And Kevin Feige said that that is in fact true. The kid with the Iron Man mask in Iron Man 2, when the robot's standing there, and the kid goes like this, and Iron Man's the one who shoots the robot.
My bad, Grim. Douj is
attention.
just cracking me up, dog. He's like a cartoon all the time, I swear.
I was trying to get this stuff ready because I don't know about in Denver, but out there when I bought weed in California, everybody delivers. Like there's no dispensaries really. And I was like, and then I got when we do the drill moment, I'll show you the cool little package it came in and stuff. It was pretty tight. And I'll tell you the story about where I got it delivered.
Well, when are you gonna tell? You can't just bring this shit up now.
What? We're not ready for the drill mint yet. It has to,
All right, go ahead, Grim. Take us there, my brother.
Well, at this point, I feel like it should be.
Oh shit. Well, go ahead and start us off there, Grim.
I got blueberry scone and straw guava.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, Douj.
No, you go first.
Well, I'm fucking with the same shit still. I got this banana Kush cart, and then I also got this Granny's apple. The one I have right now that's in right now is the Kush one. And the flower I'm fucking with is that Fernum Schnavitz Snickle Fritz Steinberg. You know?
Steinberg,
Pretty good.
Sneaker Fritz. Damn.
By God.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. So I'm fucking with the flour with the white cherry gelato, and then I'm dabbing some pink Kush. But the fresh part was like it came in like a little backpack fucking bag,
The fuck? That's right.
Oh,
and then like I ordered it on Weed Maps, and it's from a Weed Dash. So like the tax is crazy out there, right? It was like $50 on $100 ounce. But
What?
but what they do, like the weed people are smart, man. So they throw these discounts out there for you, right? So
Mm.
I got like $53 discount off of my bill. So then it brought it down. So like the ounce was like 116. So it brought it down to like 114. So with the tax and everything, I still saved, like $2 on the original price. So
Hmm.
they throw like these crazy discounts out there. But yeah, I bought that shit. It smells so bomb, like white cherry gelato. Oh, so we were sitting down. This is the funny part. They we checked out of the hotel and they didn't deliver in time. So I was all pissed, like, fuck that. I don't want it now. Blah blah blah. And they're like, please, we'll deliver to wherever you want. Like. And I was like, nah, fuck that shit. So then we went. We ate at this nice restaurant. My brother took us out to this breakfast at this fancy place, like not like organic food, like real good shit, man.
Hell
And
yeah.
like it's like a fancy place, and like and I'm not used to eating like high classy places. Like I don't know, I'm a caveman. But anyways, so these guys are calling me and they're texting me like, hey, we'll still deliver to wherever you at, restaurant, wherever. And I'm like, all right, well, if you bring it here, then I'll get it. So I'm all like, this is weird. Like, back in the day, you always had your dealer or whatever, but I'm having it legit brought to me at this restaurant while I'm eating this bomb ass organic maple bacon and stuff, and so I go out there and it's a Middle Eastern guy. He's like, I'm trying to pay him with my Cash App and it's not working. He's like, it's okay, my friend. I take you ATM. Let's go. We go cruise. I was like, all right, fuck it. So my mom and them are all eating and stuff. They don't know where I went. I just went to the bathroom and that's what they thought, And I go get the money, pay the guy, go back there with my little gift bag, sit down and finish my meal. And that, that was the coolest experience.
A whole different world these days, isn't it?
Dude,
month
no, I tripped
time,
out.
but God.
Yeah,
That's
and I asked
pretty
that
cool,
guy.
man.
His job was from 10 to 6. He just goes around dropping off weed everywhere, and then you use a Cash App or Zelle or cash, and
I
that's his
believe
job.
I believe those are called angels.
My friend, you take you anywhere. He good.
That's awesome, my brother. Well, with that being said, y'all ready?
Yeah. Also, this weed is like 31.15%. Yeah. Nice and strong. Good stuff.
Good for you.
So
And
they're
that
not delivering. They're not delivering in Denver yet. Too many people are robbing everybody still, huh?
is the dromant of the week.
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
if anybody be robbing, but I don't know if they I don't ever have the shit delivered. I always just hit these dispos right by the spot. There's a couple that I'll hit up right around here. So I've never had to do that.
Yeah,
But
I hardly seen any like dispensaries out there. But when you go on there, there was hundreds and hundreds of deliveries. It was wild. I was like, wouldn't that be a cool ass job? Drive
right?
around. deliver weed.
All right, go ahead and get us back into it, my brother.
So basically, does this interview with Foggy, wants to be part of the Avengers. Happy fucking makes him feel like that he's not needed by the world, right? And so, funny ass scene. Anyways, it goes straight to his birthday party, and this is years down the line. He's now giving up being Deadpool, and he's fucking working as a car salesman with Peter, played by Rob Delaney, fucking badass dude. He's
Hey,
replacing the T.J. Miller character because of
he's
the
all,
falling out with Ryan Reynolds, basically.
what do you think? He's all staples the wig to his head.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say. That's dope. But see, in his locker, fun fact, and another deep cut is there's a book, The Mounted Canadian. Okay, let me see. I think I had that written down somewhere where who wrote it. But anyways, the importance of that book is that book is the same book that John Candy's reading in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles throughout the
Oh,
movie.
cool.
That Deadpool is also Canadian. That Ryan Reynolds is also Canadian, and the fact that Ryan Reynolds has said that his favorite comedian is John Candy. So there's a lot referencing in this movie. And in the first Deadpool, in the celibacy scene, he is also seen reading this very book. In the second movie, he's reading this book. And there's a scene at the end that he claims is supposed to be the scene from uh, at the end of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and he claims that a lot of this buddy story and the mission and stuff like that that they go on was inspired by that movie as well. And that, see, there's a lot to do with it. There's a mug in the scene where Deadpool's digging up the corpse, and it says "I like me," that he steals from the TVA agent in the next scene after this car salesman and birthday party stuff, where he makes a educated wish, okay, and the TVA show up at his doorstep at the birthday party when he makes his educated wish. Okay, after the whole snowman and the cocaine scene with Blind Al, and he accuses her of being a round earther, so that tells you that Deadpool's a flat earther. I thought that shit was hilarious. So, anyways, he steals this mug that says "I like me." Okay, and if you didn't get it by now, there's a scene with John Candy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles where he's like, "I like me. My wife likes me. My customers like me." You know that whole scene? That's what that
Mhm.
mug references.
That's cool, man. You know, I really like that Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, man. And I like John Candy a lot. I didn't know that there were so many references to him in that movie. That's awesome.
So I
Yeah,
wanted you to watch it, dude.
yeah. He was saying that like that's like his all time favorite movie, and like in the interviews he was talking about that how he did a lot of like a tribute to those movies and having those in there, those
Yeah.
scenes.
Written.
And you know
It was
what? Like John Candy doesn't get nearly enough love, though. You know what I mean? And that dude was tight, bro. He was so fucking funny.
The Canadian
There's
Mounted
a
was written by Mark Leslie. That's what I had written down.
Oh,
there's a
okay.
cons- there's a conspiracy that they killed him too.
Are we
I
going
do
into?
have a part for the conspiracy corner, but that's coming up right here actually for the Doge's conspiracy corner. So
We should have like a little side. You know what? Once we upgrade and like once we get like shit real fucking tight and we have like a cool ass studio or whatever, however we have this shit, we need a soundboard that has some cool shit. And there should be like a little, like you know, like a news thing, like da, 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 you know what I mean? But for Doge's conspiracy corner, it'd be dope. Hella dope.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, you could do all that in iMovie.
hell yeah.
Nice.
So I don't want to skip over this part yet because it's important because the snowman thing in another deep cut. Okay, so from fucking Frozen, when he says that the song from Yentl in Deadpool 2, right, is "Papa, can you hear me?" He's saying that about Barbara Streisand's Yentl, and he says that it sounds just like Frozen's "You Want to Build a Snowman," right? So that's not a shot at Disney. That was actually a shot at Josh Brolin, who plays Cable in that movie. Deep cut shit because Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool are Broadway nerds. Hence, like, there's other shit with Hugh Jackman later on. But anyways, that Barbara Streisand is Josh Brolin's stepmother. If you didn't know,
Okay.
right? So he's
I,
kind of taking a shot at Josh Brolin in that joke in the movie, and
I
then they go back to the joke in this movie, making a Coke reference with Blind Owl. So, um,
Dude,
anyways,
that part.
funny.
Hey, hey, Remo, that part that he's talking about when they're doing the Coke references, she names off all kinds of funny ones, and you're just like dying. He's like, no, no, and then she's like, "Do you want to build a snowman?" He's like,
No,
"No, no."
but I can't.
Yeah.
no, it's
Like,
tough.
No, but he makes
like,
a joke later on saying that they can't do cocaine in front of the camera, so implying that they are doing it off cameras
Oh,
during the scenes in the movie. So, anyways,
hey,
the
hey, do you
TVA.
know where they put that in there? You know, the behind the scenes, they got in trouble on part 1 and 2 because they were literally doing too much cocaine behind the scenes. So that was like a slap back at them too, because they were, all the actors and everybody were legit partying and getting fucked up on set when they made the other 2 movies. I
yeah.
saw I saw that on an Easter egg. I was like, what the fuck?
I haven't seen that, but I don't know. It's
Don't tell me
definitely a
that.
possibility. Um, so
Cocaine, it's
then
a hell of a drug.
the TVA shows up.
Oh,
That
boy.
ass. He acts like they're strippers because they're dressed in cop uniforms. And he talks about the pagan and stuff because that's a Disney reference. So this is gonna go to the Doja's conspiracy corner, okay? So, anyways, these guys open up a portal and they go through it and they're fighting, right? And Deadpool ends up with at the time variance agency with this character that you find is Paradox, who's actually a She-Hulk villain, and he's basically telling Deadpool that he's freaking special, and they pulled him out for a reason. And he calls himself Marvel Jesus, okay? And so anyways, well, no, he calls himself Marvel Jesus after they suit him up, but he offers him that what's he tell him? That he's going to have a special mission. They show Captain America. So then you're like, oh shit, this is the MCU because they show all of these scenes of Captain America and which is awesome, you know. And so anyways, he goes and he gets suited up. And this scene, you know, where the tailor's groping him and stuff. So this is the Doge's conspiracy corner. And how crazy. I didn't understand this at first, but the whole where he's groping him and he comes back and he's all, P.S. Your tailor's a predator. That's a joke at Disney for like the sex trafficking and stuff like that that they're associated to. And crazy that this was a Disney movie and that he made that joke and he got to get away with it and that it implies that. Okay. So, because the dude has a white glove on when he keeps slapping his ass and he's grabbing his junk, and at the end when he grabs it, it's like freaking a squeaky toy.
Oh shit. Yeah, but that's why we didn't go to Disneyland. We went to Universal Studios.
No, so when the dude offers him and he says he's Marvel Jesus, he does break in the fourth wall and he looks at the thing and he's like, "Fuck you, Fox! I'm going to Disneyland." Which in real life, him and Wolverine are now meetable characters at Disneyland and Disney World. Um. So, anyways, he tells him about the timeline and that his universe is going to be destroyed. So, how he wants to destroy it because they lost their anchor being. They show him a fucking who the anchor being was because he thought it was him, and now they're saying no, it was Wolverine. And they show the end scene of Logan where Logan dies, and everyone's crying, and they're acting like it's the greatest thing they ever seen, and it's like this heartfelt moment. It's just like, what the
It's
fuck?
it's like what do they call it? Like a universal like moment or something, you know? Like yeah. Yeah, and everybody's like, oh, that part's so funny.
Yeah, and then he's kind of like, what the hell? So then, anyways, they're telling him they're gonna fucking destroy his universe because it's gonna die anyways. He's like, when? He's like, oh, in a few thousand years, and he's like, what the fuck? He's like, but I don't want to wait for it. He's like, but I'm told the TVA don't do that anymore. And it's funny because in Loki, they had to rewrite the last part of season 2 because of the whole Kang stuff. For those that don't know, that Jonathan Majors, getting canceled and his whole DV case and him being fired by Marvel, and they can't no longer go on with the Kang dynasty. So wrapping up the story between Ant-Man and Loki, wrapping up the time stream, so that way we can move forward with this Doomsday and Robert Downey Jr. playing Doom and leading into Secret Wars.
What the
What?
fuck did
What,
you just
Remo?
So, anyways,
I
dude wants
got
to-
it. I'm with it. I know what's going
he
on.
wants to prune the universe. And Deadpool steals the fucking time thing right before he zaps him into the void, and Deadpool steals the portal. And at this point, he jumps through the fucking timelines. And at first, he meets the fucking comic accurate 5'3" Wolverine, 5'3" Wolverine.
But
and he's like a midget, and it's fucking hilarious. Man,
this is like this part too, where he's like traveling around looking for the like perfect Wolverine, basically to bring
Yes.
back.
So it's a montage because
Yeah,
he's gonna bring Wolverine back to save his universe. So dude, don't destroy it. And
but-
the montage is playing the song from Back to the Future, which is dope because he's time traveling anyways in this point.
the Huey Lewis in the News or whatever?
Yeah,
The Power of Love song or which song?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's
What were you
dope,
trying to
dude.
say, Alex?
but when he's doing this is the beginning of the movie. Like he's back to the time of the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
'cause-
Opening scene thing.
yeah,
Because
like
they were telling him he was getting punished for the shit that's the end scene credits of Deadpool 2. And then he takes the time thing from them and jumps through a portal before they zap him into the void, right? Before Paradox zaps him. So then he's jumping through the time stream like Doja said, and he's looking for the Wolverine to bring back to his universe. So then the second one he sees is Weapon X from the Age of Apocalypse, who only has one hand because he got it blasted off by Cyclops, and he's fucking smashing the shit out of him, dude. It's so sick, it's ruthless. And then
like all the Wolverines are like fucking him up like bad too, like violently shit. Like dude,
so the next scene you see Patch, and this is fucking awesome because see, if you know anything, deep cut shit, okay? In the Falcon Winter Soldier, I think it's episode 3 or 4 where they meet Sharon Carter in the bar. That's a bar in Madripoor, and that's the same bar that fucking Patch, when the X-Men weren't supposed to exist, Wolverine, he wore an eye patch, and him and Grey Hulk actually ran a club in Madripoor. That's the same club they show in Falcon Winter Soldier. And then they show Patch in this scene, and he asks for Wolverine. He's all, so I hear your patch, or he's all, the name's Patch, and he puts the claws through his face from the back of his head.
I never heard of that before.
But he
Dude,
fights the crime syndicate at night with the like web on his face in a black ninja suit. But by day, him and Grey Hulk, they run this club. You know what I mean? And he wears an eye patch, so he goes by the name Patch. So that's who they show in that scene. And then the next one, dude, is this dude working on a motorcycle, and he's like, "Oh yeah, here we go." And fucking, he turns around. He's like, "Oh, the cavalry has arrived." He's all the cavalry, and it's fucking Henry Cavill because of the rumors of Henry Cavill replacing Wolverine, ex-Superman.
And he's like fucking bulked up too. Like that motherfucker's all like that Wolverine looks fucking badass, dude. You're like, damn,
Don't
like,
worry, we're gonna treat you better than those shit fuckers around the corner talking shit about DC and Warner Brothers. Damn.
Damn. That was tight. I like that.
Yeah, and then like the way like Ryan Reynolds or whoever wrote the movie, like almost every line is like a punch line to like some kind of like jab at something, or like a hit. Like it's so like you're like, oh shit, oh, like like, so like for people watching too, like we're not even touching a fraction of like the Easter eggs, that because like there's so many appearances that just appear. You're like, oh shit, you know, like this Henry Cavill one. You know, it's like, damn. Like when that part, I was like, oh, and then, but like I said, the whole movie's like that. We'll
Mm.
talk about the other ones later when we get to those scenes.
So next is Old Man Logan, though, when a different Old Man Logan in the comic book where he promised not to burst his claws and became a farmer. And Deadpool shows up. He's all Clint Eastwood style. So he's sitting there with the shotgun and shoots him. And then fucking, then you go to the Reavers storyline from Chris Claremont's X-Men 251, where Wolverine's crucified on the X and there's all the skulls and the Reavers were torturing him. Not the same Reavers that are in the Logan movie, but also villains against Wolverine. And then is the fucking the issue of Hulk 340 with Wolverine versus the Hulk. It's fucking sick because he comes out and everyone's like, oh, he's in the brown costume. He calls it even the John Byrne costume, right? But so because of it, everyone's like, what the fuck? This Wolverine's first appearance was in the Hulk, but he's wearing the whiskered yellow suit. But no, this is based off of the comic issue drawn by Todd McFarlane. It was Hulk number 340, and fucking when Wolverine has his claws out, there's a reflection of the Hulk in the claws, and they show that scene in the movie. It's so fucking sick. And then when Hulk beats up Deadpool says the same line that fucking Loki said in the first Avengers when fucking Hulk beats the shit out of him. So then next you see, go ahead.
I took that scene right there that we're talking about with Loki, and I did that to I think it was Eminem in my movie with my meme battle. Because you know he calls himself a god and shit, and I slam that fool around, puny god. Like when I'm battling the industry.
Yeah.
But that that was funny though. How he like I didn't even know about all that half those Easter eggs till I watched it on YouTube. I was like, what? That fool did all kinds, man.
Dude, I watched this movie 5 times for this too to fucking try to help prepare. So, anyways, then he ends up in the other universe where he meets this other Wolverine sitting at the bar, and it's funny. Did you notice, Joe? I'm sure you did. You had to have. The tip jar that said fucking just put the tip in and see how it feels.
Yeah.
So anyways, there's a Wolverine there, and he don't want to talk to him and shit. And he's like, well, fuck, if most of the other Wolverines would have fucked me up by now, so maybe you're the one. And he tells him, you're coming with me. And, you know, Wolverine, he pulls him with, or fucking, at first he stands up after he takes his shot and he tries to pull his claws out and they come out barely. Like in Logan, they're barely coming out, and one don't want to come out all the way. And he's all, what, whiskey dick at the claws? And he says, you're coming with me. And then they fucking fall on the ground. And he's all, and he stands up and he's all, that only took 20 fucking years. And I laughed my ass off because fucking at that point he ripped his shirt open. And it shows the Wolverine costume, the fucking yellow costume. And he's making a reference to when Hugh Jackman first took on the role in X-Men, and that scene where fucking he's all black leather and he's all, what were you expecting? Yellow spandex? You know, that whole line 20 fucking years ago. He's making that reference. But I laughed my ass off. So anyways.
But it was like more the like traditional like Wolverine, you know, like the yellow suit and shit, you know, like. And then and that Wolverine's
astonishing outfit.
He's a drunk,
astonishing
man.
X-Men. Yeah, so he bought him a drink and he fucking slammed it. He's like, it's okay, audiences are used to long run times. And so anyways, they end up at the TVA, and he tells them, you can't just fucking pull any Wolverine from any world and expect this to save your world. And he says, but this one sings, see? So this one, this is a shout out to The Greatest Showman. And remember, I mentioned this about the Barbra Streisand thing and the Broadway shit. And Hugh Jackman does a lot of Broadway stuff. And so he's referencing The Greatest Showman.
Didn't he win a Tony?
Yeah, and then he tells him this one does musicals.
Yeah.
And so anyways, the dude zaps him into the fucking void, and the void shows the fucking 20th Century Fox logos in there. and you see like Shield carrier, all kinds of shit. There's fucking Captain America's shield, fucking Thor's helmet, all
Yeah,
this stuff. So there's all these references as to people who have been there who have died, because when the time variant is the TVA, what they do is they police the time stream, and variants are a person, say like there's a Rich in every universe or a Rimoe in every universe, right? And so say one of you is all fucked up and you fucked with something that fucked with the time stream, so they pull you out of your time to keep the timelines good. But then if you don't work for them, they plug your ass in the void, and the void's where things just go to be forgotten. Like it's like the land of forgotten toys from fucking Toy Story, basically. So the fact that Fox is there and everything is crazy. So he fucking
Damn.
he references that this is Mad Max and it's fucking IP infringement, and then so at this point,
dude.
dude, it starts fucking playing Hell's Bells, the fucking ringing, right? Because they're gonna fight, and he's all, get your fucking special sock on, nerds, because this is gonna
Oh,
be good.
well, right before that part though, like those fools go at it, like fucking Deadpool and him, and they beat the fuck out of each other. And then yeah, and then there comes all these more
No,
cars and
no, at
everybody, and
first.
then
So here's the best part. I feel like this shit stole the show right here. Okay, so fucking after they fight, like he's saying, it's badass, dude. Wolverine's got the sword stuck in him and everything, and this, you hear a voice, and he's like, if we fight each other, they'll beat us. And they're like, what the fuck? Could they turn around, and it's Chris Evans, dude, and you're like, oh shit. And after you've seen him as Captain America, dude, the
oh yeah,
misdirection here is so fucking phenomenal. And he's all covered up, and you could see the blue, and he's like wearing red tape wrapped around his forearm right up here at the top. So dude, he jumps down, and he's like, oh, superhero landing. And he's like,
hey,
they're coming.
I
And
thought it
they're
was
like, who?
fucking Doom at first. You
Did
know,
you?
like, cause yeah, cause they had his face like hidden. He's just like
Oh
kind of
yeah,
like
and
out
the
there.
hood, and he took it off.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, what? I was like, nah, who is it?
No,
And
I
then
could tell by the voice, and then you're just like, what the fuck? And then he's like, they're coming, and you see these fucking army of people coming, like all Mad Max style, right, in the desert. And he's all, that's a superhero landing. So he's giving a reference to the fucking Gina Carano scene, person who got fired by Disney and is suing Disney currently right now. So
Who?
she was in the first Deadpool movie, Gina Carano.
Gina Carano. Yeah, she's dope.
And so, anyways, when they get there, he's like, "Oh, he's gonna say it," and Wolverine's like, "What?" And he's all, "Avengers is," and he's all, "Flame on." That's the fucking misdirection, dude. Because remember, he played the fucking Human Torch in the old Fantastic Four. But dude,
Yeah,
they're even playing like the Captain America Avengers song leading up to that point. It's such a fucking misdirection, dude. It's sick, and he's all, "Flame on," and he's all,
but
"What?"
but that fool like he cusses up a storm, like he's like like says all kinds of shit. And then I guess that the actor, he was saying that if he was gonna come back for Marvel, like he didn't want to be all like how Captain America was, and all just like humble. He wanted to be like himself and shit.
that's
Yeah,
tight.
he's a definite potty mouth, dude, in that. And so, anyways, they
Fucking
get
A.
captured, and fucking Deadpool says all the shit that he says, and see, but this is spoiler alert. This was part of the end credit scene, okay, where it actually, because it's a misdirection here too, okay. So I guess it's already been out there. So, anyways, Deadpool tells Cassandra Nova when you find her with the giant man fucking skeleton, which is from Old Man Logan, and it opens up his mask and his skull's there. She comes out of his mouth, right? Because Giant Man died as Giant Man, so that's her base now, and her base is built in his fucking skull. So, anyways, she comes out and she sees them, and she's like, "I've been waiting
Wait,
for Johnny Storm." So this
wait.
implies already right here that she already has got the other Fantastic Four variants, okay? And Johnny Storm was the last one. And she comes in Xavier's fucking wheelchair. So that already makes you think that it was Professor X because she's
Wait,
bald,
wait,
but she's
wait,
Xavier's
wait.
twin.
Did you
Oh, go
skip
ahead.
over like who he meets there first?
No,
Who he
because he
meets?
doesn't. he doesn't meet them till after this scene. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Remember because then so yeah. So anyways, this is the
The
scene where
juicy
you first
shit.
are introduced to Cassandra Nova, and he tells her the fucked up shit Johnny Storm said. And he's like, no, what the fuck? And she rips his skin off. And this fucking dude blinks twice before his shit falls on the ground, dude. It's so brutal. Oh no, we skipped over the scene. Fuck, I can't believe it. So the bye NSYNC scene where he fucking digs up Logan's corpse first. That was the first thing of the Wolverines. And when he digs up the corpse and it's just a skeleton and he's like, what the fuck? And he's all pissed. The TVA shows up and they're like, drop your weapons. He's like, no, I'm not going to give you my weapons, but I won't use them. So then he talks about this joke about how there's fucking 256 bones in the body, 207 if you watch Gossip Girl. Shout out to his wife, Blake Lively. And fucking he uses the Wolverine skeleton to fuck these dudes up while it's showing the fucking scene. And this is where Dance Pool is because he's dancing to the bye, doing the dance moves and everything as he's killing all these
Yeah.
dudes with Wolverine skeleton.
He actually did the dance choreography to it. Like,
That's
It
funny.
wasn't him because in the end credits there's a dance pool, and I didn't see one when they show all the pools. So, anyways, I think this is who they were referencing because I don't think Ryan Reynolds had the time to really probably learn this dance routine. And he's said in interviews before he wasn't really a great dancer. You know, he had to have this guy show him how to do certain moves. But, anyways, um, that scene. So, going back to the Cassandra Nova, anyways, they escape and they end up meeting a group of people, and this is where it's badass. You get to see fucking Gambit for the first time, the real way, how he's supposed to be, played by Channing Tatum, and it's so fucking sick. And
hey, so
his
my brother didn't like Channing the
what?
Gambit.
He's
Yeah,
been
and
tied to
like,
the project forever. So he worked for this other company that forced him to do G.I. Joe. Because of that project, he wasn't able to do the Gambit in X-Men The Last Stand. So he's been tied to the movie since X-Men 3. And then he was supposed to play it again in X-Men Origins, but wasn't able to. So he was played by Taylor Kish in that movie. And then, so when they asked him to come back for G.I. Joe 2, he said, the only way I would come back is if you kill my character in a way I never have to come back, because that shit ruined his Gambit shit. The rumor has it, allegedly, that when Disney first picked up Fox, they were going to try to do Gambit as one of the first Fox Marvel movies into the MCU. But this movie has already been in developmental hell with scripts, directors, all kinds of shit for better part of a decade, at least 15 years. And so when Disney got a hold of it, they were saying that the budget was going to be infinitely too big and it was too great of a risk to go forward with. So it's awesome that fucking Ryan Reynolds got his ass in here. But he's not the only one. Jennifer Garner's fucking Elektra from the Fox universe and fucking Blade, dude. It was sick. Wesley Snipes' Blade. Dude.
and
I thought you were retired.
he says flat out too, like, I'm the only real Blade.
Yeah. The funny thing is that scene when they talk about the Punisher and he's all, which Punisher? There's like 5 Punishers. So R.I.P. Ray Stevenson, because that's who I think they're paying homage to right there. Because the only one of the Punishers who used the heavy artillery, the other Punishers, really was the Ray Stevenson character. And since he just passed away, I think they're paying homage to him with that scene where he says, he said, there's only one Blade and there's only ever going to be one Blade at that point.
That's tight.
Because they got the show coming out with the Blade. That's why he was making
the movie that's been in developmental hell too. So the joke might be on Marvel because at the moment, even though there was that show, really the only real successful Blade is Wesley Snipes' Blade. Okay.
Did he have any like fight scenes?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All of them did, dude. It was sick.
Yeah, dude. He was in that shit.
So he says his line too, motherfuckers are still trying to ice skate uphill. So that same line that they wrote into Blade 2 which is actually a reference to the type of mind that Wesley Snipes has. Because when they were talking about the Deacon Frost character in the first movie, that's how he described the character to the writers and producers. He basically said some motherfuckers just try to ice skate uphill. They loved it so much that they wrote that line into the second movie.
That's tight.
You know what I mean? Because that's just his type of like what the fuck attitude like that Wesley Snipes has. You know what I mean?
I like that.
He,
That
he
like
is
had
the
that.
a
Demolition Man.
I
he had
like
a
that
white
name too. What'd you say, Deacon Frost? I like that name. That's a tight name.
Yeah.
he had his little goatee white.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like
It
an
was
old
sick.
blade.
They even
Right.
make a joke about Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner because he died, and she's like, because of their divorce and shit. So it's like a dual joke. And then how crazy that if Ben Affleck would have played in this movie, and you had Henry Cavill, that you would have the fucking Batman Superman reunited in the MCU.
Right. That's crazy. How weird is that?
So
Yeah. Yeah, when they came in, like that scene, I was like kind of like jumping on my seat. I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "There's
oh,
Elektra. There's
and
there's Peter."
X-23 from Logan, she was there too. Fuck, I forgot her.
Uh, yeah. Oh yeah. Duh. Fuck.
Laura Kinney,
What's tight
Wolverine.
too? It was the real. It was the same actors. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
she's just like aged and shit. She was. Yeah, that shit was tight. I was trying to tell my daughter. I was like, "You got to watch all the other ones." And I said, yeah, to understand who those people are. Yeah, and then it was cool, like, cause Gambit like has always been my favorite X-Men. So like when he came, I was like, oh shit, fuck yeah. And then I was like, he sounds like him too. And then here comes Blade, here comes Elektra, and I'm like, or like, I don't know if it was that order, but like they just kept coming in. I'm like, whoa, like, oh shit, dude, like.
yeah, it
That's
was
tight.
dope, dude. And then, oh man, the joke he made after Chris Evans dies, he's all, what are you talking about? That dude was eating up the budget. It's fucking hilarious.
That's tight.
The shit is awesome, dude. You gotta watch it. So, anyways, at this point, they talk about going after Cassandra Nova so they can fucking get out. And as they're going over there, they talk about Elias, right? And he's all really from Loki season 1, episode 5, because Elias, this fucking giant wolf smoke cloud thing that fucking eats people, and Cassandra Nova feeds people to it. Basically, is what they're saying. But also, fun fact, when they're inside there and they meet Gambit and them, there's the Hulk's jawbone bed from fucking Thor Ragnarok. So that implies that there was a potential of a fucking variant of a Hulk there. And then at this scene where you see Cassandra Nova when they come back to her lair, she has fucking Thanos' throne, but it's cut in half. So that implies that there was a Thanos variant there too that died. Okay, so again, like I said, there's a whole thing about all the people that fucking could potentially have died in that movie based on things that you had seen throughout the movie. So anyways, they go there to fight Cassandra Nova. And
Hey,
no,
hey,
this isn't the part. Yeah, this is the part, right? Yeah. So they go there to fight her so they could get
hey.
out.
Oh, yeah. Remo, her powers. She reads your brain. She puts her hand through your brain, and it shows it all like in your like the fingers. It looks so crazy. Like you're
Oh,
like.
so the part
It's,
leading up to them, that's what we skipped, dude, where they fight in the car, the Honda Odyssey. Oh
oh
no,
yeah, I
that is
forgot.
later.
Wait, fuck.
No, that
I
is
don't know.
later. Huh.
There's some.
I don't
Yeah,
even
there's
know
so
what the fuck
fucking
is
much.
going on right now, dog. Like,
Hey, just take a hit of the vapies. Go ahead with the little vapies.
good idea, my brother.
No, because the way I thought it happened is that after they escape Cassandra Nova, they're in a fucking Honda Odyssey and they're driving around, and then they're
Oh,
fucking. He's asking him
that's how
why
they.
is he a fuck up like the dude said, and he don't want to tell him, and then he says
Mhm.
that you couldn't even fucking keep a stripper for a girlfriend, and he kind of looks at him and he's like, "We're gonna fight now." Oh, serious? And
Hey,
they
hey,
fight in
hey!
the fucking car.
I got a question, real quick. I saw that first Deadpool not too long ago and stuff, and like it was all about the love story with him and the chick. Is that chick still in the shit, or is she gone? Like, what happened to
Yeah,
her?
He's the reason all this shit happens and why he made the educated wish, and he wished to be a Marvel superhero because she wanted him to do something important with his life. Because after he brought her back to life, she fucking like
She died?
scared and shit, so she left him. Yeah, she died, remember? And he brought her back to life
Wouldn't
in
she die in
Deadpool
part 2
2.
or something?
Yeah.
I don't know
And
if I
he
saw
brought her
part
back
2.
to life when he changed the time stream. This is when he goes back and he fucking kills himself as Ryan Reynolds reading the Green Lantern script. He kills the Deadpool from Wolverine Origins and all of that shit that he does, you know, and he goes to kill baby Hitler and he's like, I can't. And then he's like, and then he's all maximum effort. And he freaking.
Damn,
And
that's
then the
That
crazy.
was
next
a
scene, you see him and he's like
that
this, and he's, oh, aren't you a cute baby?
that was
Um,
another shout out to Disney, with the babies and strangling them and cuddling them at the same time.
It was actually, but anyways,
Oh, fucking. Oh,
so
that's
Oh shit!
they fight in the car. That's how they end up in the lair with Gambit and all of them, right? Because then they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what the fuck?" And that's how they ended up in the lair. So at this point now, they're on their way to fight Cassandra Nova so they can get out of the void because they think she has a way to get out. But at first, he suggests, "Let's get Magneto's helmet because she's fucking Xavier's twin. If we get the helmet, she can't read our mind because, like he said, she sticks her fingers through your head. That's how she reads your mind. She can't read it like
Oh,
Xavier. She has to feel in your head with her finger. It's fucking weird looking, dude."
it's kind of cool, like that scene too. Like at first, if she pulls up and like the will, you think it's Professor Xavier, the way it is, and then you're like, what? It's a girl, and then their story's fucked up. You're like, damn, that's fucked up.
She tried to
Yeah.
siphon off of him in the womb and shit, and that's how she created a body for herself. That's how it is in the comics, anyways. And so they're basically saying she was stripped out into the void since she was a baby. You know what I mean? Since infancy, but somehow she killed the Charles because she has a freaking a chair. And oh yeah, and Doctor Strange's cape draped over the Thanos chair. That's also another thing. So, anyways, which leads into a part in the movie. So, anyways, when they go to fight her, they decide, okay, well, we're gonna use, because when he asked about the Magneto helmet, and because Magneto had that helmet, so Xavier can't read his mind, and they said, oh, she killed Magneto already. It fucking melted his helmet down. He's like, fuck. So then they decide to use the Juggernaut's helmet because the Juggernaut is fucking Xavier's stepbrother. So he also wears the fucking helmet so Xavier can't read his mind. So that's the plan. They're gonna go there and fight and get Juggernaut's helmet and put it on Cassandra Nova so they could fucking kill her because if she has the helmet on, her powers won't work, right? Ideally. That's the theory. So they'll go there, they're fighting. It's a badass fight scene. Wesley Snipes, or yeah, his line and all of that shit. The whole one-liners and everything, and then fucking it get to the point where Wolverine and Deadpool go up and fight Cassandra Nova while the group's fighting down on the ground. Okay, at this point, Deadpool got jacked up already, and Cassandra Nova is in Wolverine's head because what we skipped over is he basically vents to Laura earlier on before this battle about what happened in his life because he was an asshole to her earlier. And she was kind of upset because you know how Logan died for her and meeting this Logan and he's just a dick, but that's what they said he was. But you find out that he got too drunk and his X-Men team got killed because he didn't shoot some hunters king and they killed everyone while he was out getting drunk. And now he just drinks because and he don't take the costume off because they begged him to fucking wear the costume and he would never wear it. And now he never takes it off. And so, anyways, at this point, she fucking Cassandra Nova's in his head. And I have to bring that story up because she's in his head. You hear this screaming. And she's telling him that I can make the voices go away. And all of a sudden they go away. And it's not because she made them go away. It's because fucking Deadpool put the helmet on her head because Laura Kinney threw it up there, right? While this whole shit's going on in their minds. And she's like, I'm gonna fucking melt your brains and this and that and saying all that shit. And then fucking Pyro comes in and he fucking shoots her because he's working with Paradox behind the scenes to fucking kill Cassandra Nova and do all this other shit for Paradox, the guy for the TVA. he goes to start to say something. Wolverine fucks him up and says, "Not everyone gets a speech." So he starts trying to talk to her about fucking Charles to relate to her because they need her to heal because she's their only answer to get the fuck out of the void, right? So she's fucking dying because she can't use her powers and they have the helmet on her. And they're like, if we take it off, she's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna skin you alive and this and that. And we need you to listen. Like, fucking, we need you. So fucking, we're gonna take the helmet off, okay? And so he relates to her with Charles. That's how they get her to fucking send them out. But she shows him the sling ring that she has that fucking Doctor Strange wears to create the portals. And she tells him a wizard came here acting all badass and I killed him and wore his skin around for 3 or 4 days. And fucking, so yeah, his cape was there and shit. But on the ring, it has the time and the reality stones. So making it seem as if the portals travel through space and time and all the multiverse, right? So she sends them into their world. They land on another Honda Odyssey, and Peter's there, his fucking homie. And they're like, "Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine," and he's all, "Yeah." And they're gonna make it, or he said Fox killed him and Disney brought him back. They're gonna make you play Wolverine till you're 90. The fun story is that he's 55 in 35 years. He'll be 90. So yes, Marvel could essentially make him play Wolverine till he's 90. And this is the point where they had their end battle scene.
Hey, you forgot to tell him, like, you know that ring that she has that was originally Mr. T's ring.
Huh?
You know, when she opened the portal, has this Mr. T. Remember Mr. T?
Yeah.
So dude, this
Stop
scene,
it, fool.
this scene was so fucking sick, dude. This shit made grown men cry. I swear to God, man. Yeah, when they're fucking saying the Madonna song, like a prayer or whatever. Dude, fucking when they go to fight the Deadpools. Oh yeah, I left out Nice Pool that they met in the void. So they met Nice Pool. He called him
Oh,
Ben
you
Wilder.
left
He's
out.
fucking Ryan Reynolds with long hair. He brought
We
in
left-
Mary Poppins.
Wait. We left out the whole
Time out.
Deadpool fucking, because there's so many
No, because this is where
variants
they come. But he had previously met Nice Pool and Mary Poppins.
and the
Okay.
dog pool.
Yeah, Mary Poppins is dog pool. So
That motherfucker's ugly.
that dog is actually the ugliest dog in UK, and that's what the award it won, and that's how they picked this dog for Deadpool. And so, anyways, Nice Pool comes. He's got long hair and shit. He's all like, ooh, all freaking woke and shit. Okay, and he talks
all
about
nice.
Lady Deadpool having a kid and how you can't even tell and all of this shit. And he's making a reference, a joke to Blake Lively, who just had a child. And so, anyways, they meet Nice Pool there, and he tells them there's a Deadpool Corps, and they're fucking horrible. And Lady Deadpool is the leader, and she's the worst. So he had told them about it, and that's Cassandra Nova's army. So even though they get out into the world, and they're fucking trying to get back to stop Paradox, because Paradox is building a time ripper to destroy the timeline. So they were trying to get back to their time out of the void where they were sent to fucking. So Cassandra Nova is just another layer to the story and all of this Fox shit. Okay, but they're trying to get back to this timeline, stop this TVA dude from ripping their universe apart. Okay, so anyways, they come back and the Deadpool Corps show up. They have to fucking fight him. And Lady Deadpool is voiced by Blake Lively. Kid Pool, who is his oldest daughter, and Baby Pool is his youngest child, newborn. The Sounds. Deadpool was Nathan Fillion. Cowboy Pool was Matthew McConaughey, and they have like a Samurai Pool, a Zen Pool, and all of this shit in there. And they fight him. It's fucking sick, dude. This scene is so badass, and he uses Nice Pool as a human shield, and he's like, use your healing factor. He's like, I don't have a healing factor. He's all dying. And fucking Wolverine's like, you really are God's perfect idiot. Like referencing also in Deadpool where they said that Deadpool was played by God perfect idiot. So anyways, because he wanted his gold desert eagles and he wanted Mary Poppins and all of this shit plays into the movie. So he kills this fucker because he's like, say it with me, you're gonna make it, you're gonna make it, and then his head blows up.
Like
Fucking die.
he gets like shot up like all kinds of times. Like it's all fucked up. And the poor guy's like cause he's like such a nice like character, you know. It's oh
This
man.
scene is brutal, dude. It's brutal.
Dang,
And
make them cry. Look at him.
Dude, it's so funny. Dude, and those yeah, and then he wants his like those gold desert eagles are pretty badass, you know. You're like, man, those are nice.
he used them till they run out, and then he throws them, so he didn't need them that much. And he pulls his swords out, and he's fighting, and they're fighting. And Cassandra Nova comes in, and she hit fucking Red, the dude's face, Paradox, right? She used him to take her to the Time Ripper. So she wants to use this Time Ripper to rip up all realities since she got banished to the void. You know what I mean? And so that's what she's doing behind the scenes. So these dudes are fucking up the Deadpools, and they're trying to get there. And the Deadpools, after they kill them all, it's a badass scene, dude. They all fucking stand up and reform, and they're just like, fuck. But dude,
Yeah,
when
because they,
Wolverine
they
pulls the mask on at the beginning of that scene, that's where I was saying where grown men literally cried. You know what I mean? Dude, like
eh,
fucking it is so sick. And it's like when Madonna says home, as soon as she says it, dude, he fucking pulls the mask down. In the background is a sign for fucking like Liefeld's Just for Feet, making fun of Rob Liefeld, co-creator of Deadpool, because everyone said he couldn't draw feet, which he really couldn't. And so, anyways, they get to the time variance place. He basically tells them that you guys have to fucking go in there, and somebody has to grab one cable and the other, and it's like two different types of energy feeding in there, and it's gonna fucking kill you. So, at this point, they're fighting and shit, and Deadpool goes when Wolverine was gonna go. Okay, but Deadpool went and locked Wolverine out. He's all fucking banging on the door, and he ends up getting in there. The funny story is, okay, it's funny because when he fucking puts his claws in the thing, because Deadpool can't reach, and then he puts his claws in the thing and he grabs Deadpool's hand, and they're fucking able to do the power. And when they do it, it's fucking silly as fuck because Wolverine's shirt blows off, all silly, and it's fucking singing the Madonna song about it's the fucking yeah, and they're saying about how in the midnight hour I could feel your power and all that shit, right? As they're holding each other's hands and his shirt blows off. But it's funny because earlier he told Laura Kinney, and it's a joke towards Hugh Jackman's divorce, and he said that it's fucking Wolverine wearing the suit with a shirt because he let himself go after the divorce, which just recently happened before this movie came out. Fucked up. So when his shirt blows off, you see how jacked fucking Hugh Jackman got for the role, like he always does for Wolverine. But it's funny because he made that joke earlier, and here's the point where you actually see him without, because as soon as he grabs his hand, his shirt blows off, and you know what I'm talking about, Doge. And
yeah, they make it like so like silly, you know. But yeah, that fucker. But yeah, it shows all his muscle. I was telling my mom because there was a bunch of us that went. I was like, he really gets built like that for that. And she's like, damn. I was like, hey, calm down, mom. Don't get too excited. You better
so
watch it.
the
That's
time
good.
variants come, and it's funny because at the beginning, Deadpool told him when he had put him in the void, he said, "Careful, I'm gonna fucking use my black belt and Karen to snitch on you," because he was implying to tell on them because he knew something was going on. The fact that they weren't operating like the time variants would normally operate, it's like a black ops operation. So, anyways, the time variants come. The lady that was put in power in Loki season 2 to come and police them, and they think Wolverine and Deadpool died, and they come walking out of the dust, and he's like, "Fuck!" And fucking Deadpool says, "Yeah, you thought we were gonna die. If we'd have done it alone, we would have. But with me, Wolvie, and Madonna," he says, "unstoppable." So
Like they call him Wolfie.
uh,
anyways,
yeah.
when the time variants come, he fucking tells them because the rest of the people look like they got ate by Elias when him and Wolverine jumped through the portal, right? He tells them there were some people back there in the void that helped us, and we'd like to see them make it home. You know what I mean? And she says, "I'll see what I could do." So at the end credit scene, right, where he's talking about having shawarma and how the Avengers discovered shawarma, that's the scene he said is referencing the end scene of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles between John Candy and Steve Martin. And then it shows them at the house, and it shows all the 9 people that were with Deadpool, and it shows all of the fucking, it shows Laura Kinney there, and Shatterstar, and Peter, and Blind Al, and Colossus, all of them, right? And so with Laura Kinney, who's X-23, now you know that they brought people back to their universe. So you're assuming that Blade and Gambit and Jennifer Garner went back to their respective universes at this point. The camera zooms out, shows the Feige's pizza from fucking Spider-Man 2 and 1. Remember? With that dude when Spider-Man's delivering the pizza. So they show the Feige's pizza box, has Deadpool and Wolverine's mask there laying almost like a heart. And then it goes to the end credits. Then it shows fucking the Fox shit, which is dope, dude. All the Fox movies with the Green Day playing like a fucking 90s montage, and it's sick as fuck. It shows all the deleted scenes from all the Fox movies in the Fox universe. And it's like a respective shout out to Fox as a studio and everything. They even do the old Fox logo and song, which is very respective to, because you know the company don't exist no more. So basically to the end and ushering it out. And then there's an end credit scene where it shows him and he's like, because the whole movie, like I said, it implied that he killed Johnny Storm, Chris Evans. But then he says, I got something for you to prove that I'm innocent. He's fucking in the TVA, and he goes back and there was a fucking camera there and he's looking at it, and he tells Chris Evans like, "Oh, what is that you think about her?" And he's looking up at the camera as Chris Evans saying all the shit that he said, and Chris Evans denied it right before he gets his skin ripped off, right? And he's like, you do say," and fucking Chris Evans says the whole shit that he said, and he even says like, even if she rips my skin off and shit, she could fucking, what the hell he say? She can kiss my, I don't remember his yeah, he's fucking goes off on this whole fucking dirty ass shit. And Deadpool's all see. And then now there's been shit leaking like the Gambit alternate ending. I don't know if you saw where the fucking time portal opens and Gambit turns around and looks up and smiles. And they're saying Ryan Reynolds has been leaking all this other shit coming out, the deleted scenes and alternate endings, and
That's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool shit, man. Well, it sounds like it was a dope ass flick, and it sounds like there was a lot to fucking pay attention to.
there's a
So,
lot of shit I left out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like a
well,
very quick summary because it's
Yeah.
so there like
Oh,
you
and the movie was dedicated to fucking Henry Delaney, Rob Delaney, who plays Peter. And Peter's the one who saved him from the. Oh, and we left that out. That's how they get away from the Deadpool core after they stand up. Is that Peter comes in the Deadpool suit, and when Peter comes, the Deadpools are like, "Oh, you have a Peter," and they're like, he's like, "You know
oh
Peter," and they're like, "We all have Peters," and because Peter knows them, they let him and Wolverine go to get Cassandra Nova. But Peter is played by Rob Delaney, and his son in 2018 died from a brain tumor, tragically. And so this movie was dedicated to Henry Delaney. So he's
Remo,
sick.
hey, do you guys have a Peter?
I just heard that we all have them or something. I don't know.
uh,
We actually are coming up. We got about 10 minutes, no, about 15 minutes left, I guess. This whole thing sounded like a weird ass mushroom trip. I don't even know what just happened.
Dude, the car and the trunk that John Candy carried around with his curtains and stuff in it, right? That shit was in the void from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Like I said, there's a lot of references to that movie and John Candy. Oh, and the other thing, when Deadpool referenced Wizard of Oz and how all the movies in Hollywood are trying to be like Wizard of Oz, and it's the only one that did the multiverse movie, right? Which this is a multiverse movie. How funny that when he made his educated wish, that literally that's when the TVA knocks on the door and he goes on this fucking wild ass dreamlike mission in between wizards and fucking witches, and there was a dog along this fucking mission of weirdos too.
Yeah.
I
Eh.
don't even know what to say, y'all. I
All
don't
right.
even know
Let's
like
get
happened the last like
let's
hour and 15 minutes. I don't even know what just happened.
let,
Dude, there's the Lone
let's get
Pine
the
Mall, which was from Back to the Future. It had the time montage, and it was the family photo that also references Back to the Future. And like I said, it had the song from Back to the Future during that montage. Um, Wolverine fucking when him and Deadpool escape from Cassandra Nova the first time, they fly away on a leg that looks like fucking Obadiah Stane's Ironmonger leg, but it wouldn't be because Wolverine's the one who ripped off the panel and used the control panel to fly away. So obviously he knew what it was, implying that it was a Sentinel leg. Um, dude, there's so much shit in there. Fuck, when he kills Sabretooth, right? Fucking Deadpool all saying that line about Furiosa and shit, and he's like, he says, he keeps saying her. He says, "Bring us to your queen. We killed her. She is this." And he's, "Oh, I know it's pronounced him, but I'm gender blind."
Hey, and what's funny too with that Furiosa, that literally just like came out, and I literally like just like watched that movie too, and so like
And when
the reference, I was like, dang, these fools are like making the movie and making fun of each other, like so they come out together and like that. It's fun, it's hilarious.
oh, and he
Uh,
makes fun of The Rock, dude, because he keeps saying that the hierarchy, or he says that the Marvel universe is about to the power in the Marvel universe is about to shift. That's what he says, and he's making fun of Dwayne the Rock Johnson for when he played Black Adam for a whole year at fucking Comic Con. All he said is the hierarchy in the DC universe is about to change, and it didn't because that movie flopped. And that's kind of a joke. And you know, those two did that movie together.
yeah, Red
Dude,
Notice.
there's so much. She fucking says that. I feel like because when they said that Magneto died, right? He's on now. You get cheap on us, talking about the budget, right? And he says that I feel like Pinocchio stuck his nose up my ass and kept lying and lying and lying, and that implies that when Marvel they admitted that when this movie was coming out, they leaked false rumors to keep people on their toes when they went and seen it. Like one of the rumors being that Patrick Stewart was going to appear in the movie, which he didn't. Um, there's also when you see fucking Paul Rudd, the skeleton of Giant Man. He's all Paul Rudd does age, making fun of the real life joke that everyone's like, God, he seems like he gets younger and younger. Um, Thor, dude. There's a scene where he sees it at the very beginning of the movie where Thor's holding him and crying, and Deadpool's mask is all ripped up. He's all, "What's that?" He's all, "Never mind that." So throughout the whole movie, when he wakes up from his dreams, he's like Thor, or he's all God of Thunder. Every time he wakes up, he's saying shit like that throughout the movie. So I think that's hinting at Secret Wars. Obviously, what I brought up at the beginning, where you were like, "What the fuck did you say?" when I said Robert Downey Jr. Doomsday and all that shit with Kang and how they had to switch direction. It's cool that
Mm-hmm.
they did and how they were able to, dude. Just telling you, this movie was fucking badass. It set up a lot of cool things. It
Sounds
brought
like it.
Deadpool into the MCU in a fucking badass way. This is the first time I ever watched a movie 5 times. But I want to talk about something real quick. Has nothing to do with Deadpool. We did our Crow thing. Did any of you try to watch that Crow since it just came out?
No, I
Hey,
haven't.
so uh um I went where when I went to go see the movie like some like fancy theater and shit. But anyways, there was this guy in there and he was all painted up like the Crow, and I was like, what the fuck, because I didn't realize that that movie came out. But I took a picture of the poster. It was pretty sick. Like it looked pretty badass. But I was
I
like,
watched only like 20, 30 minutes of it, dude, and I shut it off. I don't know if I can get into it. And I'm not feeling it, dude. Like,
uh,
fucking, it's weird fucking shit, dude. It's like all mystical and stuff. Like, the beginning scene, there's this girl, like, weird, and she's like crying and shit. And the guy, he fucking whispers something like demonic in her ear, and she fucking just freezes. And they put a knife on the ground, and she
look down
picks
my
it up and
shirt.
she starts sticking herself. And the dude, like, cuts his hand, and he puts his hand on her neck and his eyes roll back and it's like he sucks out her soul or something. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then it goes into Shelly and Eric like in a prison, and Eric, he's got tattoos on his face and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? This shit ain't nothing like The Crow that I remember. Like I said, I got maybe 20, 30 minutes into it and I turned it off. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's supposed to be different. You know, I saw in the trailers before that it definitely didn't follow the same storyline, and it did look a lot different. So we'll see. I'll try to give it a chance whenever I get a chance to do it, but we'll see.
Hey,
Del, we got about
um,
we got less
what?
than 10 minutes left. You want to give your final thoughts on on the movie or whatever?
Oh, on the Deadpool?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, that movie is like way, way dope. Uh, it's probably I think one of the best Marvel movies that's came out, and you should definitely go see it and check it out.
Maximum effort.
that's tight. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. I'm sad I didn't get a chance to because I felt like I was lost in the woods this whole fucking show.
Oh, dude, and Wrexham AFC. I had to mention that, dude. That's fucking the rugby team that Ryan Reynolds co-owns with Rob McCulligan.
um,
So just putting that out there. There was a Deadpool wearing one of those jerseys, played by one of the team members, and one of the team members was also in the Wolverine bar scene with the whole that only took 20 fucking years. So that's dope. Two players from the team were actually in the movie. One of them playing the Wrexham AFC Deadpool.
That's cool. What were you saying, Doge?
uh, that have you guys watched any other movies, new movies?
Mm,
I've
That
been
new,
trying to watch that Alien Romulus, dude, but I fell asleep during it twice.
that fucking, if you guys like westerns, that Horizon, uh, that one's pretty tight.
no, I don't even. To be honest with you, I don't even know the last new one I watched.
Damn.
I've been kind of
I,
like on some old school status lately. You know what I mean? I've been watching some of the old gems I keep seeing on the flicks and Hulu's and all that.
Fucking bro. I should have freaking watched Deadpool, man. You would have loved it. You would have loved it.
yeah,
Well,
you have
Music,
to.
everything.
the day that I was gonna watch it, something happened and it kind of jacked it all up. And then I didn't want to. I didn't want to, spend my time because Nisha can't. She's not gonna watch it with us. You know, she's gonna go with her little boyfriend to go watch it or whatever. So we decided that Junior and I would watch it together. But the day that we were gonna do it, like I said, something happened and
What the
Rimoe,
fuck?
you disappeared.
that
my bad,
was
y'all.
so,
My bad.
that
I
was
was
so
having
weird. You're
some
all
tech.
like, you were
I
like,
was having
something
some
happened.
technical difficulties. I got a phone call right quick. I had to cancel it out. My bad.
That
Oh,
was
but two
funny.
things I left out too is that right before they fight in the Honda Odyssey, dude, when they're talking, the song that comes on when he turns on the radio, it's all, it's the fucking Hugh Jackman's vocals for the fucking Greatest Showman, the beginning of it, right before he changes the station. And then one of the Deadpools is wearing the ringmaster type outfit when the Deadpool core come, and it's referencing Hugh Jackman's The Greatest Showman. Dude, there's even a thing that references the Atom Project. There's so much shit in this movie, dude. Like I said, watching it 5 times, this isn't even enough to fucking probably get every fucking detail that's in there. Like I said, there's even the people that potentially died based off of the fucking Easter eggs in the background, and I only brought up a few. Like Captain America's shield, fucking Thor's helmet, and there's also a fucking frog Thor if you watch Loki the seasons, and there's a frog Thor out there in the void
That's a
from the
whole lot of
comics.
shit. Whole lot of shit.
Oh, hey, so what's your predictions? What's
Or
next? Or what's next in the Marvel universe? You think they're gonna let Blade have his own movie now?
Ryan Reynolds is fighting for it. That's why they're saying that he's leaking all this stuff. That's why I've been saying and why I brought it up about the Gambit alternate scene, which I just watched yesterday. But he's been leaking little things here and there. And it said that he's been putting it out there trying to get these movies off the ground, just like he did his own.
Hell
For
yeah.
those that don't know, he's the one who made Deadpool happen. And when he got the people who wrote Zombieland to write a script for Deadpool. He leaked the script, or at least allegedly he hints at the fact that he might have leaked that script, and that script got them to fund the budget to make a movie, and then they made a clip, and allegedly he leaked that clip, which is what got more excitement for the movie, and now you have the Deadpool trilogy that exists today.
Oh,
Fucking the
I
largest
saw him.
rated R movie, highest
Hey,
grossing.
That's
How you
dope.
got?
I saw my bad, Doge. I
Oh, go
saw a
ahead.
little video of him back in the day doing a little interview saying that he wanted to do a Deadpool, all the exact same ways that he did it. You know what I mean? Almost like predicting the whole fucking thing. So it was pretty cool. Go ahead, Doge. My fault.
Fuck, I forgot now.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
It's all good. Oh, must not have been that important.
All
Oh,
I
that's what I was
know.
gonna say.
Go
Are you
ahead.
guys gonna switch to Ryan Reynolds' cell phone company, Mint Mobile now? Since you guys are hardcore Deadpool fans.
Well,
That's
fun
funny.
fact is Ryan Reynolds actually fucking he's got his start into the Marvel cinematic in Blade Trinity as Hannibal. Fuck, I can't remember his last name, but he was a character in Blade Trinity. That's where him and Blade first met. And
Yep,
then
I
there's a
remember
joke,
that.
He was.
the Will Smith joke. Remember when the guy says, "You're the worst thing to come out of Canada"? And fucking Deadpool throws a sword on the ground and fucking stabs the dude in the mouth, and he's like, "You keep my name and my country out of your fucking mouth," just like the Will
Yeah,
Smith thing.
that was a shot to him. Hey, I shared something on my Instagram that showed like earlier that happened in like the 1950s, like in a black and white thing, exactly the same routine and everything.
Oh, really?
Mm, mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, when
Dun,
Wolverine and
dun,
fucking
dun.
when
Dojo's
Wolverine
conspiracy
and
corner.
Deadpool fight, did you
Tune
know
in.
that when they
What's
first
that
fight,
called?
when I was telling the Hell's Bells thing, where they first fight and Wolverine crawls on the ground and he comes, it's the exact fight sequence when Flash Thompson fights Spider-Man in the Tobey Maguire thing. It's like fucking punch for punch, the same choreography for the first part of the fight, which is a cool shout out to Spider-Man since fucking Deadpool comes from Spider-Man.
That's tight. I didn't know that. Well, that's a lot of cool ass shit, man. There's so
Right.
many things, like you said.
You
But
guys,
we're
Oh, and the
coming
legend
down to
producer, Lauren Schuler Donner, dude, it said that, and Kevin Feige. And then the reality is, Kevin Feige got his start on the first X-Men movie where he met Lauren Schuler Donner. Her name's attached to all of them because it was her who brought Hugh Jackman in as Wolverine. And if it wasn't for her, Wolverine wouldn't exist in the MCU. So she became a legend producer on all these movies. They give a shout out to her. She's the wife of the legend Richard Donner, Superman director.
hell yeah. Well, Grim dropped all kinds of facts for y'all out there. So anybody that needs to know something, hit us up in the comments and he'll school you on whatever the fuck you need to know. But we're coming down on our last minute and a half or so here, y'all. So you wanna give our
Salute to all the assholes out there, the asswipes, wiping the assholes,
all the butt wipes?
keeping the shitty smell out of here,
Oh shit, he
fucking
said
A.
the
making the
assholes.
world a cleaner place.
Fucking A.
That's all the assholes.
Maximum effort.
All right, y'all. Doge, you got any last words, my brother?
Nope. No last words.
Well, thank y'all, everybody, for tuning in to episode 26 of the Dro Bro Show. Go and watch the Deadpool Wolverine, Deadpool Part 3. Apparently, the shit
Watch.
was dope as fuck. So, thank y'all for tuning in. Until next week, we are the Dro Bros out.
Bye, guys.